Oh, make some coffee. So wake me up. If you can name that cartoon, you're amazing. So welcome back to Final Fantasy VI, everybody. We are in the ancient castle. We're going to talk to Stoned Celeste. And apparently, even in the throes of stone, she still has feelings. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe it's residual feelings. You know, those things never seem to go away, though, do they? Anyway, with that, our Odin Esper has now become Briden? I'm not sure. Anyway, so this now gives us our second Strength plus 2 Esper, so good, now we have 2 of those. And he also teaches the Quick command, which allows double commands. Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, you could hiccup, you know, because that's always an option. But I'll go ahead and put Raiden on him, because teaching him Quick is not the worst idea, considering that Quick doesn't require magic power of any sort. It's going to have the same effect no matter what your magic power is. So might as well teach it to him. So yeah, he's on Raiden. He can also summon him if need be. And I think otherwise we're pretty much okay here. So wait, oh, I was going to say, where did the dragon go? Your lord. So Celeste's tears scared him away. Blue dragon. Man, I love this atmosphere, though. Oh, I hope I don't forget to, like, get that blue magic spell that was in here. Oh, that's right. You're way up at the top, Hazer. Here we go. That'll get him to use Bolt 2, at least. That is when he feels like it. You can use Bolt 3. You can go after Terra. Terra can use Bolt 3. I mean, I can just morph her, I guess. But that's okay. You know, with 2 people using Bolt 3, this will pretty much be a cakewalk. A pancake walk at that. So even Gal's getting in on the action. So this 7th Sword Tech is actually really good. It ignores defense. So you basically get 3 full hits, or 4 full hits. And no problem whatsoever. Also, it's not dictated by row, so you don't have to worry about that. Status exchange. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. We'll have to see. Thank goodness he doesn't steal the Marvel Shoe effect. Well, never mind. I guess he's just dead now. Yeah, the way I understand it, actually, in the Game Boy Advance, there's like another dragon down here. Or maybe I've seen screenshots of it, and it has this battle background, which leads me to assume it's here. Maybe it's not. Anyway, 3 dragons left, y'all. I know exactly where they are. So, can we not warp out of here? Because I can't remember if this is that dungeon or not. Oh, apparently it's not. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to equip the Moogle Charm. That'll get us out of here fairly quickly. And then I don't have to edit out battle, so I can actually talk to you in one continuous stream. Boy, imagine that. So I was just looking at my turnip prices on Animal Crossing today. I've been using like this online thing called Turnip Profit, which is like a total pun. Because like Turnip Profit as in Profit, but also Turnip Profit like Prophet. Because it can like predict prices. But apparently it hasn't been in use for very long because like the prices that I put into it, apparently it's never seen before. So it doesn't know what to predict. Now it's saying like 0 to 999 or something. It's like, I thought I was on like a small spike pattern, which means it spikes up to like 200 in the middle of the week. But then suddenly today, because the Prophet was saying, well, you're on a small spike pattern, it's going to spike up to like 154 Wednesday afternoon, and then it'll go up to like 200 on Thursday. But today, Wednesday afternoon, my actual price went to 174. And it was telling me it was only going to go up to 153 at the most, based on the cumulative data that it had gotten thus far. So it makes me wonder if I'm not actually on a large spike pattern. Because 174, that's a pretty big spike. Earlier today, before noon, it was 113. Now it's 174, so what's it going to be tomorrow? They say the spikes usually come in threes, and 174 was my second spike, so I'm like, well, there's one more. It might be a good one, but that means I'm going to have to get up early tomorrow to catch it. You know, it's like, how... I say get up early as if noon was early. Like most normal people, I would think, probably get up at like, at least... Well, most normal people get up at like 7 or 8 in the morning. I'm sitting here getting up at like 10 o'clock and thinking, ooh, it's early. Look at all this daylight. What am I going to do with myself? Oh, man. Alright, well, I guess it's time to head over to the one and only. Because, guys, what else are we going to do? Now, if I wanted to, I could just do this dungeon with the Moogle Charm, but I don't want to do that. Because I feel like that would kind of cheapen the whole experience and all. But I am going to need to get a party together for this. So, let's go ahead and just unequip everybody. And let's get all our best magic users here. Let's go get that madman. You tell that asshole. Alright, so we want all of our best magic users. And normally that would include Strago. But if I wanted to bring Strago, I would also want to have 2 Magus Rods. And I only have 1. I could get a second one by betting a heal rod at the Coliseum. But it's more trouble than it's worth, in my opinion. And Moloch is good enough at magic now. Like, he's at 47. She's 56. Realm is 60. Diana's 61. I think Strago's might be a little higher than Mark. And maybe even so much to the point that even without a Magus Rod, he would be better. But I still want to have Mark just so I can equip the Moogle Charm to get back out. Because I'm not going to fight monsters on the way down. I'll fight them on the way up, but not on the way down. So anyway, let me just go ahead and set up my equipment here. Alright, I think I'm pretty much ready to go here. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I need wall rings on everybody. Or reflect, basically, because that's just how you're going to want to do this, unless you have really good magic defense, or... Well, I mean, I don't know, though, because if you have Minerva, you absorb most everything. So maybe you could do it without wall rings. In fact, that'd be a pretty fun challenge to try to do it without wall rings, but, yeah, there's nothing too notable here, if I'm being honest. Tried to concentrate mostly on magic defense rather than physical. And probably the biggest example of that would be the Gaia gear on Mark. But there is one monster in here that can use Quake, and that'll bypass the wall rings, so having at least one character that can absorb that, I think, would be helpful. I don't know, just in the unlikely event that something stupid happens. Otherwise, though, you definitely want to save before you attempt this. It's gonna be fun, don't worry, we're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Just sit back and relax. For 100,000 GP, I'll tell you about a secret. Sure, why not? I got money. Right, here's the scoop. Beneath the Desert Figaro lies an ancient castle, loaded with treasure by that way, an old man and lives in the Narsh is looking for you. Okay, so I guess there is a way to find out about that in the game. If you happen to have a lot of money. There you go. Alright, level 40 magic, level 20 magic. Let's get over here to Mog, because I have him equipped with the Raiden Esper. And if you equip that, or if you summon that, rather, you can take care of the level 20s just like that. Now the other thing is, okay, I don't seem to have anybody with mute in here, so I guess that's not too good, but yeah, if you want to attack enemies in here, most of them have auto-reflect too. So what you want to do is to bypass the auto-reflect is to bounce the magic off yourself. Because in case you haven't noticed here, we don't have attack commands in this place. All you can do is use magic. You can't attack at all. So if the enemies in here have auto-reflect and all you can do is cast magic, well then what the hell are you supposed to do, you know? There's no way to get around it. But if you have Reflect on yourself, you can bounce the magic off your own Reflect and bypass their Reflect. And that's always been a rule in Final Fantasy, because if both sides have Reflect, well, the spell just can't keep bouncing off of each other indefinitely. You know, eventually it has to hit someone. So, that's the rule, basically, is if it bounces off one Reflect, it goes through the other one. The other cool thing about this, though, is, like, if you cast something on yourself, you can cast it on one person who has Reflect, and bounce it back to the other person, but if you cast it on all four of you, it only cuts the damage in half, but since it hits 4 times with that half damage, it actually does double damage, which is pretty handy. And I think that Magic 40 user just killed himself or something. I don't know what happened there. I didn't quite see. Ooh-wee. Of course, if you wanted to... Oh my god, level 90, really? Hang on a second. Ah, never mind, we're okay. I just had to look at my sheet real quick, because I got a couple of notes here. You know, notes. Let's see, which one do we want? We want Berserk. Now, Berserk will bypass Reflect, and what Berserk does, it's an interesting spell. At least in this dungeon it is. Wait, what? Really? Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to make do with this then, huh? Oh man, there is nothing like a quad Bolt 2 spell, man, let me tell you. Yeah, see? As long as you have Reflect, there isn't much they can do to you either, because they're too stupid to bounce it off themselves. So, thankfully. That must be only in the GDA version or something, I don't know. Well, I guess I could have bounced Berserk off myself, that would have worked too. Anyway, Safety Net is like a relic that protects from instant death. So it's like the Memento Ring, except anybody can equip it besides Realm and Shadow. There's also a hidden switch here, which how in the world would anybody know this? I have no idea, but I'm sure somebody tells you about it somewhere. Oh, look at this. Jeez. Magic urns, huh? Well, not much we can do about these besides the regular old flare, which I have not talked to Diana yet. Does anybody here know flare? Yeah. Just bounce flare. Oh, I mean, if you don't do anything, they just run away. So I don't think it's really that big a deal. If you can manage to defeat them, though, you get 5 magic points for each one, so might as well try. Also, it's worth noting you don't get experience in this dungeon, so you don't have to worry about people gaining levels and getting the Esper bonuses for gaining the level. All you have to think about is like learning spells, and you will learn them very fast as you go through this dungeon, let me tell you. Alright. Okay, so Mog actually ran out of magic there, so I wasn't able to summon Raiden. Fortunately, he had Osmose, and Osmose does bypass the Reflect. It actually does. So if all else fails, start running out of magic, just use Osmose. We should be okay. Some of us are running a little low here. And also, I didn't buy tents. I think I have some sleeping bags left over, maybe, but... Oh, level 10 magic, huh? If you happen to run to level 10 magic, you can just use life on them to get rid of them. Otherwise, I believe Raiden works as well. You know, you don't have to use Raiden either. Like, if you just want to use regular old magic or whatever, you can just do that still. You don't have to be fancy about it. Starting to wear me down with them gravity spells here, aren't they? Ugh, what a selfless runt. Using safe on his best friend over there. So the only thing that sucks about this setup is that you can't, like, cast Cure on yourself. So I guess you can cast Cure on them, but then there's no telling who it's gonna hit. was gonna say, somebody's got a turn coming up here sooner or later, right? Alrighty then. It would be so much easier if you could just attack. I mean, if you wanted to, you could bring Mr. Bigfoot in here. And he could attack for you. Because, the magic rules apparently don't apply to him. So Realm seems to be doing the best out of us in terms of MP right now. This place will drain it from you pretty quickly. Which is why it's bad that I don't have 10th right now. Level 50, huh? This is another one where you can just cast life on him to get rid of him. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to keep it simple, you know? Don't have to get all fancy all up in here. Oh, here we go. Man, I got the hiccups today. What's up with that? 40, 50, 60, huh? That's an interesting combo. Well, let's take care of the 50 first. 40, we're going to want to use Bolt, so here. What? Well, that's silly. No, here, you don't kill him with death. You kill him with life. Haven't you figured that out by now? Here's that West Wind spell I was talking about. I'm not even sure that West Wind is technically... like, because I've heard it also referred to as... not White Wind, but what? What Wind? Maybe it's just What Wind. There you go. Oh, all smokes, huh? You really think you're going to get away with that? I'm not even sure what made me think that it was called West Wind. It's just what I've always called it. But yeah, like, I've heard it referred to some other way. Boy, these guys just get millions of turns, don't they? Haha, it was slow too for you. Yeah, if you're going to use Osmose, I like to use it on the level 40s. Just because, well, that's the only one I've tried it on so far, and it's worked. So, you know. Maybe go ahead and have Diana do, or I mean, Celeste do the same thing here. See if it works on the level 60. That is, if we don't kill him first. Thanks, Realm. No, actually, thank you, because, you know, you're doing what we've been trying to do here. Boom, yeah, see there? All the MP in the world to steal from them. See if he's got any more in there. Oh, this guy's got a lot, man. We're gonna suck this dude dry. Mog, you get a piece of that action. Realm, you... well, of course, everybody has Osmose. It's like the easiest spell in the world to learn, because it's on Zone Seek, which you have equipped all the time anyway for that magic bonus. I think that was it, actually. I think we killed him. So I suppose you could always do that, too. Genji shield, huh? I know it's like really good physical defense, but I'm not sure if there's like a... oh, plus 20 magic block too, huh? Doesn't really teach anything, but... the magic block, though, that's pretty good. The thing is, though, I think the elemental protection, like from the Thunder Shield, for example, is better. Anyway, whatever. Let's just keep climbing. That'll come in handy when we finally go to Kefka's Tower, although that'll definitely go on somebody. Just not sure who yet. More magic urns. Oh, I forgot to hear myself. The funny thing is, as anxiety-inducing as this dungeon can be, nobody has really done any damage to us with anything besides gravity. Are these guys just gonna wait here? Did he just use an ether? Oh my god, dude, thank you. Thank you for that. You know, I'm just gonna wait here and actually let these guys do their thing. Okay, he just ran away. Oh, we got 5 magic points anyway. Well, okay. It's best of both worlds, my man. Best of both worlds. Level 70 magic. Oh boy. Have we even seen these guys? Oh, Doom. You know, I really should seriously think about healing myself in between these fights, huh? I was gonna say, that did kill him. Or that didn't kill him, did it? Let's see. They look like they would absorb fire, don't they? Well, let's see what ice does first. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's get Realm on that. Ooh, Rasp. We do not want to see Rasp at a time like this. Yeah, Malk's Magistat may not be as good, but at least he knows the level 3 spells, and that is another reason why I brought him. Oh, don't put her to sleep, thank you. See, again, like, they don't have anything that actually deals damage. If they were to cast Quake on us, sure, they would deal damage then. Fortunately, Malk has the Gaia gear, so it wouldn't even do anything to him. You just heal him right up. Nice. Alright, let's get an Ice 3 all up in here. The Realm's equipment actually was able to push her magic up past Diana, so now hers is at 77. So, like, I could have given Diana the Enhancer, but Illumina does basically the same thing, so it's kind of like, well, might as well do the Illumina. Well, these guys got some HP on them, don't they? It's actually a pretty well-designed monster, considering it's just a vanilla enemy. Because it looks like it would be a boss. Actually, I want to say it is a boss, right? Isn't it like a palette swap of the other guy? That other guy, whatever. Stunner, that's a weapon for Shadow, I believe. I don't think it matters too much, but also, one of our 3 dragons left is in here. Might as well fight him. This is yet another example of a boss that's just like, you know, kind of doesn't have much going for him. In fact, he's probably the weakest of all the dragons. And one need no... Okay, how do I word this sentence? One need no look further. One need look no further. Is that how that... Are you just spamming? Maybe it's because I'm not doing anything. Alright, so Flare. Anybody who has Flare, basically pull it out and use it on this dude. That's pretty much what you're going to want. Otherwise, use Fire, just whatever you got. Just don't use Pearl, because apparently he absorbs it, so there you go. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I should be like double targeting that. Triple targeting, rather. He's trying to dispel that wall, but since it's a wall ring effect, it's not exactly that easy to get rid of it now, is it? Yeah, I should be multi-targeting with this, so it hits 4 times. I mean... Because again, it's like I said before, like, if you multi-target, it only cuts the damage in half, so the fact that it's hitting 4 times, it's actually doubling it in the long run, so... He's becoming increasingly agitated with the fact that he can't seem to hit us with anything. There we go, that's more like it. Let's see here. I'm trying to look and see if like there's any other way. So I know there's better ways to do this. I mean, obviously Flare is probably one of the best, but I don't have a lot of people that know that spell. Currently teach. Well, I guess Realm's already learned it. Well, never mind. Wish I'd realized that sooner. There we go. No problem. Took a little longer than I would have liked, but yeah, that's okay. It's 10 more magic points. Okay, what I was trying to say there was one need look no further than the fact that that dragon actually appears on the Veldt. It's the one dragon, one boss actually in the game, I think, that actually appears on the Veldt as a regular enemy. I'm not sure why, but... Nice! Funk just learned all the level 3 spells. Just in the nick of time, too. So, what else can we put her on? Well, let's put her on nothing for now and see where everybody else is. Realm already has Flare. Okay, cool. So let's get her to finish these up then. So I guess it's a good time as any to actually explain what Life 3 is, now that somebody has learned it. Life 3 is a spell, like Life 2 basically brings somebody back with full HP. Well, Life 3 is a spell where you cast it while they're still alive, and then if they die, it automatically brings them back to life. So it's a nice little bit of insurance there. I don't think there's much else to say beyond that about it. We're almost to the top of this busted thing. Oh man. Alright, I think we've seen just about all the monsters in here. I don't know if we've seen a level 80 yet. If we do, we'll deal with them when the time comes here. They're trying to kick us down with them meltdown spells and it's not doing a thing to any of us. Except for healing Mark. I'm not sure. Oh, because Paladin Shield, yeah. It's pretty much just doing 0 to everybody else, though. Let's see what we got here. Force Armor. Magic urns, we don't really need you, but you can do your stuff anyway. It's always nice to see magic urns when you're this far up the tower. I'll tell you what. Oh, more of you, huh? It's probably worth mentioning you don't want to use ice on this combination because the blue guy will absorb it. So don't do that. Maybe get a chance to see that Murden spell here. I mean, they call it Murden, but it's a mistranslation of Meltdown, so Meltdown sounds so much cooler, though. Why did you cast Life 3 on Realm? I have no idea. Monsters being unpredictable, I guess. So you can see they're weak to fire, the level 60. Which is the blue one, obviously. We'd already seen the level 90 before, so not too much there to miss. Whoops. I don't know what happened to my cursor there. It seemed like it moved by itself. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure why I'm showing this fight, actually. Bolt 3, do it. There's Meltdown right there. Yeah, as you can see, it's doing nothing to us. Mostly thanks to the Paladin Shield, the Minervas, and all that crap. Sure to save your skin in a place like this, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I guess when you're on both sides of the enemy like this, it really doesn't matter if you multi-target with a Reflect. So it'll cut the damage in half, and then it only hits twice, so it's the same effect as if you just bounced it straight up. Oh, well, there's Judy with the finishing up on the Tri-Tuck there, so I think that means all of us now know all the level 3 spells, which is pretty good. I guess I could have her finish this up. What is the other name of that? It's not White Wind, because White Wind is like a healing spell. But it's not West Wind. It's not Wind Waker. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Oh, haha. We were that close. Oh, but level 80 magic. Go figure. Bolt 3. Finish these guys off in a hurry. Actually, Bio might be the way to go here, but I think it's worth a shot. Of course, last time I tried this on a humanoid enemy, it ended up healing them, so maybe not the smartest thing to do either. I don't know. If I had the Man-Eater, I'd totally... Well, even if I had the Man-Eater, I couldn't use it because I couldn't attack, so... See, like, they're trying to heal us here, so it's not working because we have Reflect, so it's bouncing off to them. So this may be one reason why the reflex strategy is not the best idea. Because then you get no benefit from this. Of course, you don't see these monsters too often anyway, so maybe it's not a big deal. Here's life 3 again. Go frickin' figure, boy. See how this goes. Not bad. Well, you guys got a lot of HP here, don't you? Maybe you should just join our party then. Maybe you could survive. You know what. Just trying to create some tension here. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Diana. And Mark learned one of those crazy spells. Guess now he's never going to get to finish it up, but oh well. Yeah, man, the music in here is just completely... Alright, gem box. Okay. This is a relic. It's an extremely good one. And I'll tell you why in about 2 seconds here. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you now. If you equip this, changes magic and X magic. It basically makes it so that you can cast 2 spells in 1 turn. Which is pretty freaking incredible. Should probably put that on somebody. Question is who wants it. Maybe I'm taking off those sprint shoes. You don't need sprint shoes in a place like this anyway. Especially not right before a boss fight. Oops, did I say boss fight? I didn't mean to spoil that there was a boss fight here, but... In fact, probably one of the most infamous bosses in the game. Master Kefka's treasure. Return it now! And speak of the devil. Boy, what is it with punk-ass ghosts that are super powerful in this game anyway? It's funny because it has been speculated that this is the person, that this is the guy who defeated Odin. So maybe we should consider this our revenge time. Alright, so there's 2 ways to fight this guy, and I'm going to show both of them. First is, well, they're basically kind of both the same. See how I let me put in 2 commands there? I'm just using Bolt 3. Doesn't this guy, like, change his weakness, though? I believe he does, and that makes things even more complicated than they already are. Because in order to see... Yeah, see, he goes to wall change here. And so what you have to do is stop and pull out your scan spell, if you have it. If anybody has it, I don't know. Because otherwise now that's going to start healing him. Or doing 0 damage. Alright, now if you don't know what his weakness is, then it's probably better that you just don't cast anything. So you don't risk healing him with something. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Or does anybody know scan around here? Which Esper even has scan on it? I forget. Surely I must have learned it accidentally at some point. Here we go. Funk has it. Thank you, Funk. Thank you for saving the day. So, like, this is the normal way to fight him. Just scan him up, and it'll tell you his level, his current HP, his current MP, which is 50,000, and weak against wind. Interesting. I don't really have anything like that, do I? I do have this, though. Oh my. When did you learn that? Oh, probably from the Paladin too. But see, this is the thing, though. He's, like, constantly changing up his weakness because he's casting magic, and it's bouncing off and hitting him, and then he's changing his weakness in response to that. So it's kind of hard to keep up with it, you know? It's like, oh, now it's this, now it's that. Hell, even if you do manage to grab his weakness with scan, you know, he could have changed it by the time you actually get the spell out. So now it's poison, huh? But now he's changed it, so it's like, Oh, you know what, actually? I think he changes it in response to scan, doesn't he? Wait a second. What is the normal way to beat this guy? Like, I know the cheap way, but you kind of just have to play around and get lucky? Or just cast the same thing over and over again? This is weird. I can't believe I'm drawing a brain fart on this. Because technically you could just, you know, play around. Well, yeah, cast the same spell over and over again. It's probably the smartest way to do it. Boy, I was lucky that first turn with Realm. You know, it went so well. I don't know, that just healed him right there. So yeah, you could be stuck in this fight for a while trying to figure this out. So I'm stuck right now, actually, because... Like, how are you supposed to know what his weakness is aside from using Scan? And if you use Scan and he changes the weakness in response to that, then there's no way to know. Okay, I guess I'm not showing both ways then, because I don't remember what the vanilla way is. But the cheap way is to do this. Cast Berserk on him, so that all he can do is physical attacks. This is a huge oversight on the part of the programmers here. But, yeah, by casting Berserk on him, now all he can do is physical attacks. So with that, maybe that is the vanilla intended way to do it. With that, now all we have to do is scan him once, figure out what his weakness is, and just destroy him with it. But that's not all there is to this fight. That's not all there is. Wow, he was not even at full HP after that? Oh, weak against wind. Well, we don't quite have... There's not like a wind spell. If I had Gal, I could bring in some wind rages, you better believe it, but... I reckon the next best thing is probably just Bolt. Actually, wind and Bolt are like opposites, aren't they? Let's just go with Ice. Now, in the meantime, what I'm going to want to do is pull some... Wait, where is it? Oh, there. I was going to say, thank God. In the meantime, while we're whittling this guy down, I'm going to start casting Life 3 with Terra. Oh, Ice does 0. Alright, hang on a second here. Let's just play around until we get the right spell here. Let's see how Fire does. That doesn't work either. So, like, nothing works besides his weakness, which is wind. I think that's the point they're trying to make here. Would Flare work? Flare's like non-elemental, right? Let's see. Okay, Flare works. Well, I guess that's what we're going to be doing then. I mean, there are faster ways we could do it. I want to cast Ultima, but at the same time I kind of don't. And it's like, I can't really explain... I can't tell you why that is without spoiling something here. Alright, so we're going to continue with the Life 3s here until we have it on everybody. Even though it's not necessary to have it on everybody. Shit. I just cast Flare directly on him. Didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oh, he doesn't have Reflect on? Well, sock me sideways. Oh, Realm, you were going to be the true hero of this, aren't you? Now that I think about it, doesn't the fact that the spell bounces off of Reflect also cut it in half? So, like, the fact that you're bouncing it off of Reflect is cutting it in half. And then the fact that you're multi-targeting with it is also cutting it in half. So essentially, you're just getting regular damage with it. But, yeah. Can't do this and commentate at the same time, good lord. Just gonna have you guys go at it with your flares here. And continue with the life 3, get on Funk. Hopefully he doesn't die before, get life 3 on all of us here. I don't think he will. I have nothing to do with Mog right now. He doesn't know Flare. He knows Ultima, and I don't want to use that. He could Osmose, I suppose. Life 3 on Funk. Oh, that's Discord. Alright, I'm just gonna wait out Diana's next turn just to make sure that we have life 3 on everybody before I kill this guy. Oh boy. Barely have. Wait, wow, that's weird. Life 3 uses less magic than life 2 does. I never knew that. There's a brutal question for throne controllers right there. How much MP does life 3 use in Final Fantasy VI? I'm gonna go ahead and look through her. It's just the fastest way to get this done. I don't even really think I need to, but... well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, sorry this turned out to be a little bit of a mess of a fight here. But this is one of the most legendarily brutal fights in the game. For various reasons. Not the least of which is, I love how the very center of where the fireballs fly to is right on his dick. I think this might be it right here. Nope. Actually, he might not be able to do it with Berserk on. I didn't even think about that. Looks like you're gonna need to Osmose here, buddy. Twice? That's the unfortunate thing. I can't do like Osmose and then Flare with the X magic. Nope, he's gonna do it. He's doing it. Boom. Dead. But, thanks to Life 3 and a passing message from Discord, we are okay. And we win the fight. Otherwise, if you didn't have Life 3 on yourself, well, then you just lost the fight. You have to do it all over again. Oh, now I have mute. That's lovely. So that's why I didn't want to cast Ultima in the battle myself, because I didn't want to spoil how it looked, and I knew it was coming once he was dead. That's his last minute attack. Like, there's no way you can stop him from... well, actually, maybe there is, but, beside the point, like, you could probably mute him. But, ugh. Maybe mute is the way you originally intended to do it. That's kind of blowing my mind that I can't think of that right now. But anyway, so I'm going to put on the Moogle Charm so that we can just get out of here. Where is the Moogle Charm? There you are. Oh, also, we're going to heal up because we are not trudging down these stairs with 1 HP. That ain't happening, man. We're also not trudging down the stairs at 1 mile an hour either. Yes, what was I saying? Yeah, the Ultima is his last-ditch attack. He always uses it just before he dies. So that fight is designed to not only be brutal, but also to kill you at the last second if you do manage to win, just so that you don't get the victory. And of course, that's why we have Life 3, is to get around that. And I know Life 3 is part of, like, the vanilla way of killing him. But I'm not sure what the intended way is to get around that and change in his weakness. I mean, surely it has to be that you just stop him from doing that, but how do you stop him from doing that? That's not a spell that you can mute. That's like a basic ability, right? You kind of just have to guess and hope you get it right or something. I sure don't know, man. Because I remember doing it back when I was a kid and not using the Berserk strategy, which is what I used there just now. So I didn't find out about the Berserk strategy until way later in life. Like after I started this channel even, I think is when I found out about it. To go back and watch my other LP of this and see what he did. Well, either way, that's the Fanatics Tower. And that's pretty much the worst dungeon in the game, and it is done now. But I suppose some could argue that the true worst dungeon in the game is none other than Kefka's dick. And that's it right there. So as far as I know, I don't think there's really anything else. Oh, you know what? There is. Well, there is that blue magic spell that I said I wanted to go learn from the ancient castle. I don't know if that's that big a deal. But since we will be using Strago in the final dungeon, it might not hurt to have it. There's also that weird dinosaur creature that I wanted to show from this forest over here. But aside from that, aside from those two things, I think we've pretty much covered the entire game here. For the most part. Surely there are, like, lines of dialogue and stuff that I've missed. Here and there, scattered throughout the game, but at the end of it all, I feel like we've pretty much done it. I'm kind of thinking that when I go to do Kefka's Tower, I'm just going to make that the finale. And that's probably all going to be one video. That's going to be a long-ass video, though, because this dungeon... Now, I might have to split that into two. The other complication is that TRG Coliseum starts on Friday. Today is Wednesday. So, well, I guess that means this could be the last video that goes up for a little while. Because I'm not going to post videos while TRG Coliseum is going on. Because I don't want to pull attention away from that. So, like, the next video you're probably going to see on here is not going to be until Monday at the earliest. But yeah, so if anybody's watching this and you don't know what TRG Coliseum is for some reason, it is a charity raising event that I'm part of, done by the Runaway Guys, whom I am also a part of. I hardly ever bring that up here, but yeah, that is my collab channel, the Runaway Guys. I do it with Chugga Conroy, and I do it with Proton John, and I do it with Mega Man Part 5. Bye. No, seriously, that's we're going to be running that all weekend on twitch.tv/ProtonJon, ProtonJon. And it's pretty much, it runs from 3 p.m. to 3 in the morning on the nights of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Normally we would get together physically, you know, in Myrtle Beach to do this, but, well, I guess you can understand why we're not doing that now. So we kind of rigged up a little online version of it that we're doing instead. So that's what we're doing, and that's going to be going on this weekend. So, alright, I need to bring this commentary and this airship down for a landing. So where do we want to sleep for the next 4 days? Maybe over here by Nakia? This seems pretty cozy over here. Yeah, this will be fine. So next time on Final Fantasy VI, it's Brachiosaur / one more blue magic spell / endgame. The Avengers. We're going to avenge the world. And it's gonna be awesome. Eye for an eye makes the world blind my ass. Because eye for an eye is a metaphor, first of all. Why do people say that? We're not talking about physically taking somebody's eyes out. We're talking about justice. It's not about revenge, it's about proportionality. You give them what they give you. Or you put them through what they put other people through, basically. Why am I still talking? What is this? Bye, man.